Hello and happy Sunday. Happy new moon to each and every one of you Taurians. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a very special reading on today. Hopefully you all are having a fantastic weekend so far, but then again, I know you are because that's the intention you set. Let's get right into your reading. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Taurians as it relates to every... Ooh, cards are popping out. These cards just popped out. We'll talk about these in just a second. In every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. What information? And I'm talking to my logical, generous, and trustworthy, determined, understanding, kind, organized, patient, reliable, practical, devoted, responsible, stable gods and goddesses. That would be you, Taurus. I am talking to you. Your ruling planet Venus is not retrograde right now, and your symbol is the bull. Let's get into it. And you're a fixed sign, divine feminine by default. Let's get into it. So these two cards that popped up, two major arcana, we have the world card and we have the strength card. Boom. We're going to put those right here. We're going to put them right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Yes, yes, and yes. We're going to put them right here. I had to bring these out so we can put these here so you can get a good look at these. Yes. And let's see what else we have. This again is a general reading. We have 4 planets that are retrograde right now, which is nice. We also have like I said, new moon energy, and we also have the number 53 that we're talking about today. I see a lot of you all have been really doing the work, like really investing in yourselves, and it's going to show in your money, right? So we'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. And also to see the Justice card in your favor, Taurus. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Also, we have the Knight of Cups, which is very nice. And we'll have the Swords energy, which is very nice. So listen, Taurus, let's talk about it. So when I say we have 4 planets that's retrograde right now, we have Saturn that's retrograde. This is Saturn's card right here, world card. That's Aquarius, and that's Aquarius and Capricorn's ruling planet. We also have Aquarius that are also cuspers on Capricorn. They are Aquarius, Capricorn cusp, or Aquarius with Capricorn tendencies. That also applies to them too. We also have the Strength card, right? Again, justice is in your favor. So justice in this case, we're talking about moral justice, right? So there could have been some things, Taurus, that you've been worried about or you've been concerned about. There's no reason for you to be concerned about anything, right? Matter of fact, you all have really been in the company of someone who was a manipulator, and I'm gonna help you all understand this before you're taken advantage of, because it aligns right with new moon energy and really listening to your spirit, okay? The God in you, right? So that's why I say we are creators. We create the life that we want. And we can create the circumstances, believe it or not, around us. So here we have the 7 of Swords. So somebody was dealing with someone who was very manipulative, and it could have been in a workplace. And this is what I mean. It's across the board. We're not talking about just romantic relationships, right? You could have been dealing with somebody in the workplace who was highly manipulative, very secretive, sneaky, just very dangerous energy, right? It could have been in your romantic relationship. It can even be in your family. But I want to help you all understand how to recognize it before you're in a relationship and have to go through this long drawn out, because there's fixed signs. A lot of fixed signs are very loyal, and before you have to go through this long drawn out whatever it is, and just taking yourself through all of this stress that you're now using your time on figuring this type of energy out, allowing you to see it ahead of time before it happens so that you can bypass that energy and go on and live a happier, healthier life, right? So some of you all have absolutely been in contact with that, but you have not. When I say in this particular reading, you really have nothing to worry about. This is your time to really focus on your long-term goals, your ambitions, because the planet Saturn is retrograde right now, and it is the planet of ambition. Go after everything that you want, right? Because it's happening for you. It's actually unfolding. These types of people right here create their own karma. But a way that you, because and I'm also looking at, like I said, this is your money card, Seven of Pentacles. You've been investing in yourself. You've been putting in the work. A lot of you all have been doing the spirit work. You've been grabbing your crystals and gemstones, taking your salt baths, grounding yourselves, walking, you know, opening up more books that speak more on the spiritual side of things, right? Connecting with ancestors or even relatives who are still alive right now, who may be witches or who may be or who practice witchcraft or hoodoo or voodoo or some of those other practices, spiritual practices. But also, or even you may even been going to church more, right? Praying more. Whatever you've been doing, you've been connecting mostly with your spirit so that you can invest in it. And it's been showing through your money. Actually, it's been because you're taking time away from, you see how when you invest energy in trying to figure this type of spirit out, and instead of allowing the universe to go ahead and balance it out and handle it and allowing karma to take care of itself, this person creates their own karma. This kind of spirit, this kind of energy, this spirit right here is deeply grounded and embedded in fear. That's where this comes from right here. Just fear, right? Yeah. So this fear could have come from not being nurtured as a child. This fear could have been, you know, could have come from a wide range of things, but nevertheless operating in fear. So anyway, so having been in contact, believe it or not, as strange as it seems, helped to balance out your energy too, right? More so for you to take action against this. And your action was, okay, let me cut this person out of my life for good. And that's actually for the better of me, right? That's what this sword is right here. When I say justice in your favor, there's just no benefit to keeping people around like this, right? And again, it could be in the workplace. You could come in contact with somebody who is very sneaky and conniving and always into something, doing something or whatever. It's best for you early on to cut them out of your space. Or even, here's, like I said, okay, and so cutting them out of your space helps to balance out your own energy. And this is how you look to people, right? So you could have been in contact with a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or somebody who has that in their chart. It doesn't necessarily mean it's their sun sign. They came off as being this really sweetheart, very kind, gentle, nice. And then you found out later on they had ulterior motives. Ulterior motives. Right? So we're not just talking about, this is in romance area, but it can also happen in every area, other areas of your life, Taurus, because again, you all are fixed sides. Matter of fact, you all are the make it make sense. If it doesn't make logical sense, it's like, I don't really believe it. But the more and more you encounter people, Taurus, you're starting to realize, hey, hold on, there must be something to all of this spirituality, right? There has to be something to it. It is. So for you as an earth sign, you're going to get your signs through your body. So you want to start really paying attention to what your body is telling you. If you feel hot all of a sudden, and we're not talking about menopausal hot. If you feel cold all of a sudden, if you just feel like the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up, those are not or hairs on your arm or your hand or whatever standing up, those are not just coincidences. There are no such thing as coincidence. Your body's trying to tell you something. Like your body is saying, you need to get out of here, or step back from this situation. That's not the time to go forward and nurture, because your logical mind wants to say, this person is so nice, they're so sweet. This coworker came up to me and they said, hi, my name is so-and-so. And they seemed so helpful at first, and they just seemed to really, really want to help me learn my job and kind of show me around places and so on and so forth. But then they were only in my space to get close enough to me to get as much personal information as they possibly could, just to spread around to the other office. But see, your spirit told you at first, when you first met this person, something is a little odd about this person. They seem a little shifty-eyed. Something is off, right? But you didn't listen, right? So you had to go through that process. And so that process is more or less not necessarily even a punishment, but it is our spirits were here long before our earthly bodies was, right? So yeah, so this is where you want to, and because you're patient, because you're a very logical person, because you're very generous and trustworthy and all those things, you're thinking, okay, well, I'm trustworthy, so why don't I give another person a shot, when your body told you, no. some of the things that you can start to do, your grounding energy is focusing on your physical power, like really focusing on your physical power and your sexual power, but not in a way of like just engaging in more intercourse. We're not talking about just that. We're talking about touching your skin, like really, really starting to recognize what are those signs in you, like what are those, like touching your arms. You know, you see people just like, okay, get really, really familiar with your skin. Like how does it feel, your palms rubbing together? How does it feel when you rub the back of your hands? Like what makes you feel uncomfortable when you walk into a person's house? Get used to if something happens, like all of a sudden you feel like the shakes or something like that. You walk in somebody's house, because that has happened. That is the way, because remember, you are already earth signs. You're connected to earth. You're connected to the ground. And so that's how your signs come up through the ground. Even if you're in a building, the building is grounded, right? So you start feeling funny. I'm trying to think of any kind of a movie that I've seen where a person gets like, they get these feelings, and it happens a lot. Like we watch movies and all of a sudden a person's like, I don't feel good, like my stomach hurts, or I feel sick or whatever. This is you getting very, very much in tune with your body. That's why I'm saying touching yourself, but not in the way, because I'm sure that I have younger people watching my channel, so I'm trying to be very careful with them too. But just even as a child, you know, with your kids, helping them to recognize you didn't just like break out in a sweat for no reason. There's something underlying, right? A person could be coming down with a cold or something like that. But I think you get my gist at this point, Taurus. Also, let's talk about the number 53 for just a second. 53 is a leadership number, and it's best that you work for yourself, okay? So this is stepping into the vibration of the number 53. I'm certainly not suggesting that anybody quit their job. Not at all. Not any stretch of the imagination. We're talking about numbers and the vibration of the number 53 this time. It also means that you're oriented towards financial abundance in business, or you would thrive in a field that allows you to use your gifts of invention. 53 also means that you are creative, means that you're free, you're verbal, you're very verbal, and you're highly inquisitive. 53 also means that you accomplish a lot when faced with obstacles in a great way, since there's a deep underlying feeling that there's so much to accomplish, right? Yes. Yes. Also, yes, grounding is going to help you significantly. It's going to help you significantly. A lot of things have happened to Taurians as children that a lot of times you don't want to reconnect with. But believe it or not, again, getting used to understanding really, really how your body works and how it's connected to, as an earth sign, to the ground, and starting to really, really listen to what your body is telling you is going to help you significantly. It's really going to help you significantly. That's what that new moon energy is about. I see a lot of you all moving on from a lot of these manipulative relationships that you've been in your whole life. Manipulative relationships could have been in a family, it could have been friends, it could have been colleagues, it could have been, you know, colleagues' jobs, professional relationships. But I see a lot of you all doing a lot of soul searching. This Hermit card is attached to another earth sign, Virgo. I see a lot of you all being very meticulous, very analytical, almost perfectionist when it comes to, let me start doing some soul searching. Let me see exactly what it is that I miss. How come I don't see certain things in people up front? You know, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. That's fine. You want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but you still got to protect yourself, right? You're starting to really tap into your divine masculine side of yourself and listen to your intuition. Yes, it's on fire. Yes. So again, everybody has a level of patience where somebody has stepped on your reserve nerve and you're like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Yes. So again, when I say justice is in your favor, we're not talking about just court justice, right? Because some people may not even have a court date. But we're talking about also using that sword and just cutting people out of your life and not worrying about what's going to happen next. Was I too mean to that person? Am I creating bad karma for myself? No. When you've given it just long thought, like long, deep thoughts, and you're like sick and tired of being sick and tired of thinking about it over and over and over again, just completely just cut it off and just move on. Focus on your business, because your business is going to be doing very, very well. Focus on your job, making more money, living, creating the life that you want. Yes, we also have the Ace of Cups. And again, because you all love so deeply, because you're so loyal, to people, this is about now turning that loyalty onto yourself and balancing out your daily affairs when it comes to your money. Yeah. Like I said, this kind of spirit right here is birthed from fear. A lot of times people don't want to be compassionate towards psychopaths or sociopaths or narcissists or whatever. But they come wide variety of people, wide range of people. They can be CEOs of companies, they can be your spouse, they could be your kids, they could be, like, people don't want to connect to it. It's almost like, I can't believe I allowed that person in my space. So there's a sense of an embarrassment. There's a sense of fear, which you've been contaminated by when you're dealing with a person that's operating in fear. Yes, and so again, this is how you protect yourself prior to coming in contact, with that type of energy. But again, like I said, when I say justice is in your favor, I'm not talking about court justice. What I'm talking about here is when you take this sword right here. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this in a little closer so you can see. You take this sword right here and cut that kind of energy out of your space, plus cut the fear of the repercussions out. Guess what? You're going to see how much the universe is going to repay you. Like, fill that time up with. So like I said, we have Pluto that's retrograde. That's encouraging. That's the death rebirth planet. That's encouraging you to continue decluttering. Remove all fear. Remove all doubt. Saturn, which is retrograde, planet of ambition, helps you to focus on, is encouraging everybody to focus on their ambitions, their money, their goals, setting long-term goals. Then you have Jupiter that's retrograde, the planet of expansion. Good luck, right? And so that's encouraging you to pick back up any projects that you may have put by the wayside, anything that you have been thinking about doing. Okay, I put this project down by the waist, I put it on the side for a minute. Let me pick this project back up because it's going to work out in my favor. And a lot of you all may have a regular job plus working a business. Go ahead and pick it back up. And then Neptune is retrograde, the planet of illusion. You want to focus on following your dreams. Absolutely. Absolutely. And see where you're going, Taurus, it may be kind of a fear or kind of slow moving, thinking, I'm good where I am. But I'm telling you, the universe is trying to move you closer and closer to wealth and prosperity, your own wealth and prosperity, not necessarily because you got it with someone else. So those are ways that you can learn how to really, really trust, create art, trust your intuition through grounding and listening to your body. Your body, that is how the universe communicates with earth signs. It's not going to fail you, right? So some of you all, like I said, maybe you all want to connect to, because you all already define feminine by default. Maybe you all want to create some art, get that out of your system, show some kind of outward expression of nurturing yourself, giving yourself the nurturing that you've been giving to so many other people for so long. But that is what I have for you, Taurus. Again, happy Sunday. This is new moon energy. Don't forget to connect with your physical body. It is not going to steer you wrong at all. It's not going to steer you wrong. Never has, and it never will. All right. Your body will tell you what is wrong and what is right. Absolutely. That's what I have for you, Taurus. Have a great one. Bye.